Welcome to part 2 of the lesson, The Chocolate Bars. In part 1, the students learned how to calculate the area of right triangles by placing them in rectangles. In part 2, we'll deal with more complex shapes that are made of rectangles and triangles. Let's start. Today, Dan's mother came home with 6 chocolate bars. She told him that every day he will get 1 chocolate bar on condition that he finds its area. Here is the first chocolate bar. What is its area? Here we want to make sure that the students remember the conclusion from the previous lesson. This is a right triangle that they should know how to calculate. We can use the line tool, choose a color, and draw the rectangle. The rectangle is 8 by 3. Multiply that to get 24 and divide it by 2 to get 12. And we can see the solution on the next page. And next. Here is the second chocolate bar. What is its area? Here we hope the students come up with the idea of breaking this complex shape into rectangles and right triangles. This can technically be done with the line tool like this and this. And now we see more clearly the rectangle and the 2 right triangles. Then, these right triangles can be enclosed inside a rectangle, and here, by the way, we might recognize the orange chocolate bar from the previous lesson. This is how we presented the solution. But we do recommend you use the cut tool instead. Let's go ahead and remove these lines by throwing them out of the screen, and choose the cut tool, and click, and double-click, and again, choose click, double-click. And now we can separate the 2 right triangles like this. This makes the solution even more clear and helps us make sure that all the students understand it. And here's the solution we saw. So we have an area of 4 plus 8 plus 1. And the answer is 13. And now we move on to the student worksheet. We found in class the area of the first 2 chocolate bars, and now we have 4 more. And we see the student page. Here we have the 1, 2, 3, and 4 shapes. Hopefully, the students will succeed in using their imagination to implement the technique of cutting the shapes into rectangles and right triangles. Now we move back to the lesson and review the solutions. And here we have question 1. We'll use the scissors, and note that here we can't cut all the way across like this. We have to cut here and double-click. Choose click, double-click, choose click, double-click, and one more time. You can allow the students to do this, maybe with a wireless mouse. Now, we separate the triangles. These are the first triangles we encountered in part 1, the strawberry triangles. So we have 6 plus half, plus half, plus half, plus half, and we see this in the solution. And next. Here it's a little more tricky to see how the shape is cut. Nevertheless, let's do it. Choose click, double-click. Choose click, double-click. Now we separate the triangles. In this case, a student might offer an alternative way to solve this problem. Instead of calculating the areas of these 2 triangles separately, one can be flipped with this button. And we click, and then moving to rotation mode, and clicking it repeatedly until it's oriented just like we need. Now, in drag mode, we can combine these 2 triangles. And if a student suggests this is great since one of our goals is to promote creativity and accepting different solutions for the same question. And here we have the solution. And we continue. And again, we use the scissors. Choose click, double-click, choose click, double-click, and one more time. And separate the triangles. As you see, even if the shape is a little complex physically, separating the parts really helps. And we have the solution. And now for the final question. Now, this might seem a little confusing at first. This triangle does not initially look like a combination of different shapes. And it's not a right triangle, so it's interesting to see how the students will respond. Eventually, we hope they'll see that this triangle can be cut like this. Click, double click into two right triangles. And once we find and do the separation, then the question becomes easy. And here's the solution. And we conclude the story. Dan found the areas of all 6 chocolate bars and ate them. He told his mother that he's ready for new questions. And what we learned. Calculating the area of a shape made of rectangles and right triangles. Hopefully, the students will enjoy the challenge and good luck with the lesson in your class. Thanks for watching.